Being in a relationship with a narcissist is a game in which the rules constantly change. They are charming one minute and in a rage the next. They're always manipulating you, and their tendency to dissociate means they often forget what actually happened. Yet, somehow, you stuck it out, and now you're on the receiving end of a breakup, scratching your head and wondering what happened. While you're still reeling from the breakup, they've already started a new life. It's a tricky situation because they will likely be back. But here are 7 common reasons why narcissists break up with their partners. Number 1, they've found a new source of narcissistic supply. In this case, they have basically found someone new. Narcissists will frequently cheat on their partners since they need so much narcissistic supply. It also plays to their sense of power and control when someone else is attracted to them. Once they have a new source of dependable narcissistic supply, they may be willing to discard you both because it allows them to focus on this new person and because it makes them feel like they are in control. They want to be the one who decides to end the relationship, and they want to know that it has affected you. If they see that it has, that only enhances their sense of power and worth. Number 2, they fear you're close to exposing them. Narcissists fear intimacy because they fear that their true self, which they believe to be hopelessly flawed and ultimately worthless, will be exposed. Narcissists live in an almost constant fear that will happen. As you get closer to them, you're closer to learning the truth and exposing what you learn. Not only will you expose their ugly secret, but you'll also abandon them. And because they essentially abandoned themselves in childhood, they fear reliving that pain. Another reason the narcissist doesn't want you to get too close is that you'll start expecting them to focus more on you. The narcissist has no desire to do that since they are only interested in their own needs. They can't focus on you because they have to be constantly vigilant for possible attacks on their false self-image. Number 3, they've gotten what they want from you for now. Once a narcissist feels they have gotten everything they can from you, your attention, love, money, and material possessions, they are often ready to move on to another victim. They need someone new to draw from. Of course, the real problem here is that the narcissist doesn't understand the emptiness they feel inside. They think they can fill the void if they can just get enough love, enough money, enough prestige, or enough material possessions. The reality is that nothing they get is ever enough because the problem is inside of them. They need to fix their broken identity and sense of self-worth. They need to address the considerable shame they feel about themselves. Until they do that, and they almost never do heal themselves, they will never feel like anything is enough. It's also true they almost never discard people permanently, and they will likely be back in your life someday. It makes them feel empowered to think they can leave you and come back into your life when they want. Number 4, you're no longer giving them the narcissistic supply they need. One of the biggest reasons a narcissist is with someone is that they are getting their narcissistic supply from them. Over time, as you begin to see their true colors, it's understandable that you wouldn't be as complimentary as you might have once been. As they begin to devalue you, you naturally feel even less inclined to shower them with praise and adoration. This is exactly what the narcissist needs, however, and when you stop giving it to them, they start seeking it elsewhere. If you want to keep a narcissist around, it's important to keep that supply flowing. But that's hard to do when someone is constantly criticizing you. As you stop the flow, they escalate their criticism. That's why so many relationships involving narcissists never make it past this stage. Number 5, they're bored. According to psychologists at Albright College, lack of interest in the relationship was identified by people who score high on the narcissism scale as the primary cause of a breakup. Narcissists don't have internal support mechanisms to entertain themselves. Because they don't have a rich internal dialogue, narcissists seek external sources to keep them entertained and interested. As they get to know you and feel as though you're predictable, they start looking elsewhere for something to keep them engaged. It's not that you're boring per se, it's that they have that childish need for something new all the time. Their emotional intelligence was stunted in childhood, and they look to the external world for everything from validation to entertainment. Number 6, they've decided you're the enemy. As your relationship with a narcissist progresses into the devaluation stage, you might start to defend yourself or fight back against their constant and often withering criticism. That's completely understandable, but it pits you directly against the narcissist. This is particularly true if you should contradict them in front of other people. That's something they often provoke because they devalue you in public, and of course, you feel the need to defend yourself. The more you do that, however, the more the narcissist begins to see you as the enemy. If they can't get positive attention from you, the narcissist will take negative attention. What's more, if they identify you as an enemy, they can then begin to hold you up for comparison with them. When they call out a mistake you've made in front of others, they believe it makes them look more intelligent than you. It boosts their self-esteem, even if the other people actually don't believe that. Moreover, when you've been identified as an enemy of the narcissist, they will not stop until they've completely crushed you. For a narcissist, it's not enough to prove their point. They want to completely destroy their enemies. And number 7, they believe they're entitled to someone better. Part of what happens as narcissism develops is that the narcissistic child infuses the false self they've constructed with grandiose ideas. These are often ideas of omniscience and omnipotence. Additionally, they will develop a sense of entitlement. After all, surely someone so wonderful is entitled to all the good things in life, right? That's what they have come to believe. And as they go through life, whenever they become dissatisfied with a life situation, that sense of entitlement can have a big effect on their behavior. As they begin to see that you're meeting their unrealistic expectations, they begin to feel entitled to someone better than you. This is a means of justifying their actions, since they don't have a healthy moral compass to guide them. In the end, if your relationship with a narcissist lasts past the devaluation stage, but they are unable to dominate you, it's likely that you've headed for the discard. The reasons why are all related to the narcissist's inability to support themselves with internal identity mechanisms. Because of that, they will always want more out of a relationship than anyone can ever reasonably give. If you're in a romantic relationship with a narcissist, it's critical to understand how their mental condition affects your interactions. You need to watch the next video about why narcissists usually get married multiple times. It has vital information you need to know as you try to better understand your narcissistic partner. So go and watch that video next. Thanks for watching.